My name is Ibrahim Djambo. I'm from Bamako, Mali. That's where I was born, and I grew up a little bit in Congo, Kinshasa, and I had a chance to start basketball in a college. I mean, in an academy they call PKBS. It's Patrick Kunganzi Basketball School. And after that, I went to BSBS. That was, I mean, YSBS. That's a Yuan Sangare Basketball School. That's in Mali, and I had a chance to go to US for college. That's where I started in a junior college in Missouri. That's the name is Three Rivers. It's in Papa Bluff, Missouri, Southeast Missouri. That's where I started my college career. I went there for 2 years, and when I finished there, I transferred to Clemson. I played 1 year in Clemson, and I went to Hofstra in New York. That's where I finished my college career, and I started my professional career in Spain, Solis Alcasa. After that, I played 1 year in Tunisia, and since then, I'm in France. This is my third year in France. So basically, that's kind of my career until now.
Well, yes. Wow. That's all I can say. It's wow. Wow.
Deep resume.
Yes. Real
Not
deep,
like
man.
you though. Come on, Evan. Chill. Not big as you. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oof. Man, you went D1, baby. I went D2.
Yeah. Clemson, eh? Hofstra.
Clemson, Hartford.
Oh my God. And then you forgot to tell us exactly what national team you playing for. You didn't tell us.
I said at the beginning that I'm from Mali. I'm from Mali, Bamako, Mali. So
Hey,
I'm from Mali, and I play for Mali.
look, a lot of people get bought nowadays. I know a lot of people from one country, they're given a passport, they're given what? Come on, I've been watching Afro Basket. I've seen a lot of players now from those countries playing from different countries.
That's true. I give you that. That's true.
You could be an assassin, a hired gun, a hitman, hired to go play.
Right? I have a friend. He's from Niger, and he just called me like a couple days ago, and he was like, "Bro, I want to play with y'all, man, because I know him. He's a point guard, really good player, but he want to play for Mali." And I'm like, "Yeah, if you want, we can talk. It's all Africa, man. I can talk to the federation and see what they can do about it."
So, speaking of that, let me ask you, I mean, the two of y'all, right? Since all of y'all play for Afrobasket, how do you guys feel about that? When other teams, get somebody from the States or get somebody from wherever they get them from, and then they give them a passport and all that. How do you guys feel? Do you feel like that's so cool and dandy, it's fine? Or do you feel like, yo, couldn't do it, huh? So you had to go get somebody else? I mean, what's the sentiment?
Evan, you want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first.
Yeah.
Coming from Cape Verde, for me personally, I didn't have nothing against it. I loved it actually. Loved it because of the quality they bring. It's something we don't have in Africa especially in Cape Verde. For me, basketball is not the first sport. So sometimes we lack quality in some areas. And having those players come in and you can absorb from them all these basketball qualities, the way they play and their mentality and stuff. I think it's great. I don't think it's a good thing when you have players that certain position and then you go get another American that in that same position. But when it's an American that can add value to the team and act guys better, I think that's great. I think it should be done carefully. I think the federations need to be very careful about that when they bring some player in to know exactly we can only benefit from that.
Hey man.
Bringing in America. I think I'm cutting a little bit.
Yeah, he was cutting a little bit.
It's Ivan. I'm sorry, man. I guess the internet in France ain't that well. You should come to Africa.
Man, relax. We in France, baby. Is it working
You
now?
should come back home. Come back home. It's better out here. Come back home.
So yeah, as I was saying, like it has to be done carefully. If it's an American or not even just an American, a basketball player that will add value and make the guys better on that national team, and you can actually uplift your national team and the basketball. And man, I think it is a good thing to do. If not, if it's just gonna take a space of a young kid that needs to develop, then it's not good.
True, true. Yeah, I would just emphasize a little bit on what Ivan just said. The federation gotta know the mindset of the guy they want to bring in. You know, that's something really important because we need some people they coming to represent the country. You know, because a lot of people like I know a lot of Americans they coming in Africa to get the passport because they know basically in Europe it's gonna make their life easier in signing with those teams. You know what I'm saying? Like now the federation gotta know the mindset, what the spirit the guy he's coming in to play, to represent, or just to get that passport so he can have a easy life to sign in teams in Europe. You know what I'm saying? So that's a main point. Like, and the second point is we just had an American in Marlington, and that guy his story is just like when we talk about it, I was just in wow, you know, because he's an American, he's a Black American, and he was looking like for the story of his ancestor. You know, he was trying to find out where his ancestor came from, and he found out that they were from Mandingo, and
Oh wow.
he was like, "Oh, really?" So he found out that they were from Mandingo, Mali, Kingdom, and all that. And he was like, you know what? I want to make my family proud. I want to make my ancestor proud. I'm gonna go put my talent where they from.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a crazy story.
That's crazy, right?
That's Drake Reed, right?
That exactly, Drake Reed, exactly.
That's it. So he actually belongs there. I mean, he's from there. That's home. Yes.
Like basically, he's an American, but he's from there. He's from Mali.
Yes.
Exactly. So that story. I was just in wow, like bro, what you're doing is special. You know, you could see him. He wasn't playing for anything else. He was just playing to represent. Like he was giving his all. He was ready for anything. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of situation, you are ready to help the guy to feel home, and we did that. So I'm really happy for him to make him feel the way he felt, that he gave himself, and whatever happened, I'm 100% sure he didn't play for the passport.
What's his name again? I want to make sure. What's his name again?
Drake Reed.
Drake.
Drake Reed. Yeah, Drake Reed. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we got to look him up. That's a good story.
I saw in the games he had another Keita on his back.
Exactly.
Too.
That's the name that he found out that his ancestor. That's the name from his ancestor. So he had that name on his back too. On his passport, on identity, he had that name because that's where he's from.
Wow.
Whoa, yeah. That's a dope story right there.
I played against him here in Pro B in 2013, 2014.
Right.
2015. So I knew he was an American, and I was like, I was wondering what he was doing there. So now I know the story.
That's the story.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's a dope story. So I want to ask you something else. There was number one and that was number two. Number one, you're saying people are looking to get their passports so they can actually have easy access in Europe. I don't get it. If you get an African passport, things are a lot easier in Europe?
Yeah.
Yes.
I will explain that. I think if I even know what I mean by that, because there are teams like in Europe, here in France, basically, let's say in France, like in National 2, in National 1,
yeah,
you are allowed to have 2 players. Like you can have one American and one African, or they call that Cotonou. Cotonou means he's from either Africa or he's from like Haiti or South America.
Yeah, Cotonou is basically the countries who are colonized and stuff like that
Exactly.
by
So,
European countries.
but in Pro B, you are allowed to have like 4 or 5 Cotonou
Four,
or something
four.
like that. Yeah. So now, if you're an American, you have an American passport, it's a lot easier for you to travel right away because you don't need a visa. But for you to sign in a team, you have 2 options. They can sign you as an American or they can sign you as a Cotonou.
As a Cotonou, you don't take the space of the American.
Exactly. As a
Because
Cotonou, you don't
only
take
allow.
space for American.
Yeah,
And
I think
teams
now in
need
Pro
that.
B, yeah, now in Pro B you only allow 1 American. I think 1 or 2. I think.
Yeah, you like
Okay.
1 American, but they allow like 4 Cotonou. And if
For
you have
Cotonou,
that passport, like your life is easier. You can be signed as an American or as Cotonou. So it's a lot easier for teams and for you to get a job.
Yes.
Okay, I
Cotonou or
see it.
European.
So those are some of the perks of being an
Cotonou or
African,
Europeans.
holding that African passport.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I would love to know a little more about Mali. Tell us about your federation out there, your league. Do you guys have professionals? How do you guys choose your national team? Just a little bit.
We have a league. It's not professional. Like basically, people play. There are some teams that are like I won't say pay, but like give some. You know what I'm saying?
Incentives.
Because there is no contract. There is no contract. There is no team that will make you sign a contract. But you have like a license to allow you to play. No, but nothing.
You got to buy
like,
the license? Do you have to buy the license?
Say it again.
Do you have to buy the license? You're saying you get a license.
No.
Do you-
The team that you play for gonna buy the license. The team that you play for gonna buy the license. But all you do is just come play. They can give you some like pay your transportations. Like sometimes they can buy you like a motorbike. You know, they can pay you like a motorbike, and that's gonna help you to do a transportation back and forth and stuff. And sometimes like the president can give you something like can decide to give you something every month. It's not like it's gonna happen all the time, but it's time to time, you know. Basically, people are playing for the love of the game. You know, it's not as a job. It's not as no, it's not the case. But to choose for the national team, like basically, if you see our national team, we always have at least 2 or 3 guys from back home. Always we have like 2 to 3 guys from back home.
What do you mean 2 to 3? The rest are not from back home?
I mean, they play in Mali. That's what I mean. They play in Mali, but the other guys play overseas.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me the only ones that play in Mali are like 2 to 3, the rest are just from outside of Mali?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's
Yeah.
And how do you feel about that? What's your take on it? Is that okay?
We need a high level team. You know, the league is fine, but the level is not like they're not ready to compete against those other guys. Let's say the team like Tunisia, okay? All the guys play back home because their league is professional.
Yes.
You know, all of them, the 100% of the team are beside this time they have Majori that he play overseas. Yeah, but the rest of them, they play in Tunisia. And like our league, they're not ready to compete against teams like that. So that's why we need people from overseas. We need players that play overseas. I was there. I was playing in Mali, but I had a chance. I went in state, and after that, I'm playing in France. But if I had a better offer back home, I would like to play home. But this is not just again, it's also our job. We need to get paid. We need that. But if back home can't afford that, that's where the problem is. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what it is. But we're still trying to like get that group of guys that play great back home that we can help like bring them in the team so they can learn, so they can bring that knowledge in the people back home. You know.
El Condo, what's your take on that, man?
That's why FIBA came up with the idea of AfroCan.
Yeah.
How does that work? Okay, talk to me like I'm a little kid. I don't know anything because I'm sure a lot of the fans that are actually watching you also don't understand that. Talk to us like we're little kids.
Yeah. How
does that work?
AfroCan is basically the same like AfroBasket, but you are allowed to have only 3 guys from overseas.
Aha. Okay. So this is
you are allowed to have only 3 guys. You can have 3, 2, 1, but you can't have more than 3. So basically that's where it is to give them the chance to compete with like internationally.
Okay. I see it. El Condo, what's your take on that, man? What's your take on that? I really want to hear what you got to say about that. How do you feel about that?
Man, I think we come from the same position. It's the same thing at home, you know, like we got a league there too, but it's not a professional league. You know, at most it's an amateur league. So players are given incentives. Sometimes at home they pay their schools or something like that, and you know, and stuff like that. Yep. There's only a few players that I know at home that actually like get paid regularly for some teams. Mm-hmm. They're like the top players or something like that. It'd be like 4 or 5 players that be on each team, and those players are paid but it's not like a professional contract. It's like almost like a semi-professional because they have their jobs on the side. So my take on it is that we definitely need to move to the professional side of professionalizing leagues at home, so we can be able to have more players from home, and also we would like to be doing what we do here overseas at home.
Exactly.
I would love to be playing in Cape Verde, man, getting paid in my country too, showing my people this basketball that we play overseas, man. Because man, what we do here and the struggles we go here sometimes, being away, and if we can do that at home too, man, I'll be in Cape Verde right now just doing it, man. Because the fans there too, they go crazy. We just don't have the means to professionalize the league yet because there's no structure, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, I think that's the way to go. I think we gotta. I think NBA bringing ball to Africa, I think is great. It'll actually get some teams to go the professional way, at least semi-professional. I think we got to transition from amateur to semi-professional and then to professional because it's going to help us a lot. Also, we develop our talents in Africa. We keep them in Africa, man. Because, you know, like, I think just exporting players to Europe is good. We just making their leagues better, you know. Well, meanwhile, at home, our leagues is still not that good. That's why me sometimes...
Excuse me to cut you, Ivan.
Go ahead.
What you just say that we're making their league better.
Yeah.
Just the last window, I was there, bro. It was almost the whole National One league. Like all the player came from France.
Yeah.
Like I can say 55-60% of players, they came from France.
Are you serious?
Exactly.
I'm telling you, bro. Like seriously, I was on the plane from when because like my flight from, I think it was from Paris. I don't know where the flight was from, bro. We had at least 20 players in that plane going to Tunisia.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm
like that, bro.
So here's the thing. How do you guys see it? Is this a solution or is it a problem? How do you guys see it?
I don't think it's a problem. We playing here because it's a job. They have a better opportunity. We want our federation to make our league better so we can go back. nothing is gonna make us happier than playing home in front of your family, being around your family, man. Like being here overseas, bro, it's a struggle. People don't see that. But
hey, wait a minute. You telling me you're a professional out there? You getting paid to ball? You telling me it's a problem? Come on, my brother, tell me.
It's not just about the money. It's not just about it's about life, bro. We don't have life here, man. Like all you do is work, play basketball. Like basically, in moment like this, you can't go out, you can't go to a restaurant, you can't go whatever. You just go play basketball, come back home, that's it. And you by yourself. Let's say your family is not here. You know what I'm saying? It's tough, man. We have life out of it. It's not just about money. Because if it was about money, a player like DeMar DeRozan is not going to have depression, the depression problem. So a player like Kevin Love, they have a bunch of money. But they complaining about the life out of basketball. We don't have that here. We don't. All you do is play basketball, come back home. Go play, come back home. Travel, play basketball, come back home. Like there is no life beside that. That's the struggle I'm talking about.
Yeah, just to pick on that, like that's why a lot of Americans too have trouble adapting in Europe. You know, a lot of Americans too, they have that trouble when they come to Europe to adapt all these things. It's not just we getting money for a job. But I'm pretty sure if we would get the same money for the same job at home, we would be at home. We don't have our friends here. We meet people that's like you say, like today we here and tomorrow we might be somewhere else. So we're never gonna make our group of friends like the guys that are from the country that we're playing in. You know, like they have that support. They have their mom or their parents that can drive up to games. You know, I would love to have my parents drive up to games. You know,
man,
or just for them to be in the stand, man.
I'll pay everything to have my parents in my game every day, man.
Exactly.
Wow.
Like, my parents came to visit me in Poland, but and my brother got to experience me winning 2 championships in Poland, but it's not the same as having them the whole year. You know, like I couldn't bring my mom and dad for the finals, and my brother was able to come. You know, but if I was able to, I would have all of them there. You know, or having my son watch me play every day. You know, because he's at home right now. You know, it's those kind of stuff that we struggle with. You know, it's not because we getting paid and we saying, we getting paid, we don't have issues. Everybody that gets paid got issues in their life besides the job. You know, and our job is the job we chose, and not to say that we ungrateful for not because we getting paid a lot of money for it, but we also humans. You know. We're not just basketball players. Yeah. We're human beings. We need certain stuff in life so we can be mentally balanced, you know.
Okay, well, fair enough. Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys a hypothetical question, right? You know, imagine you've got the power to change whatever you would like to change, and you want to change that status. You would like for things to be better in Africa. What would you do for things to be better in Africa so you could play in Africa? Not the final thing. What needs to be done? Okay, yeah. So what do you need to do in order for things to be professional? As you so put it, you say you want things to be professional. What is the process of making things professional?
Okay, I will say this. First of all, like the teams need to have sponsor, because the teams that we play here in France, let's say here in France, the money doesn't come, it's not professional just because they say they're professional. No, because they have that status of being professional, they have sponsor, and they have the help from the government. You know what I'm saying? That's the 3 things that those teams back home don't have.
That's a very good point.
I went home and I brought my former team a game of jersey.
Right.
You can you hear me?
I can hear you. I want to write down. There's a question I want to ask you in addition. Keep going. I'm writing something down to ask you back. Right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Like I brought a jersey. I brought a game of jersey to my team back home.
Right.
I could put anything on that jersey, they would still wear it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Because
can put your brand on it.
they don't have a contract with a sponsor or like with a mark like Nike or Adidas or anything. They don't.
Right.
The team don't have the professional status. They don't have any money from the government, any help from anywhere. And I will say this again. Like, I take my head off for all the president, that the guy that we call presidents in our country, that they like teams presidents, because they do that for the love of the game. They want to help young players with their own money.
Yes.
Their own money. It's not somebody give them just because they have something, they want to share it. They want to encourage young people to do what they love. So if I can come back to your question, I would say teams to have the professional status, to have sponsors, and help from the government. That's basically what I would say. I don't know if Evan have something else.
Even you got something else?
Just to add on that, also the structure of the country needs the help for that movement to happen. You know, like he talked about, he brought some game jerseys. You know, these game jerseys, the textile comes from Africa. You know, they go and they are produced in China and stuff like that. But the textile, most of them come from Africa. You know, this textile for making the game jerseys.
Yeah.
But at home we don't have these companies making it. So there needs to be like a thing that, you know, where we can make the jerseys at home, print them, have sponsors, make the government hold the companies accountable to support not just basketball, but sports and culture at home. You know, instead of the companies that come from outside just come and set their company there and just make money, and then they don't give nothing back to our society. Make them accountable. You know, make that whole support for the whole country. So this basketball, soccer, you know, soccer right now at home, they got a professional league. How did they make it?
Right.
True.
We have professional soccer back in Africa.
Yep.
You know, it's not that we can't make it. It's just that we need to have the right people there to bring it up. You know, all these opportunities, all this structure and support for it. And you know, I think it's something that can be done, but nobody has really gone into it and put the effort to structure it. You know, like. And that's what we missing.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That's a really good point.
Right. So I'm going to ask you guys something. I mean, the points that you guys put up pretty valid. I think they're valid points. They make a lot of sense. But I'm going to ask an additional question, but it's actually maybe it could be an answer to what you guys are saying, but in the form of a question, right? So I know you talked about sponsors and the government helping, right?
Yeah.
Sponsors being in there and the government helping. You talked about factories or stores actually making some of those jerseys and all that because the raw material comes from Africa.
Yes.
And then you spoke of soccer leagues, football, right?
Yeah.
They're sponsoring them, right? And the governments are actually helping some of these, right? The soccer, right?
No, yes, because and FIFA is also helping them. FIFA is giving them money.
All right, okay. So the thing is this, all right? When it comes to soccer, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? This is my 2 cents in it. When it comes to soccer, soccer is huge. It's been there for a very long time. It started off when majority of these governments just didn't have anything. There was still, colonizers were still in Africa, right? This was a pastime thing, so they enjoyed it. People already had the love for it and everything. And what I see usually, a lot of governments will use soccer to actually influence voters and all that to come out, and they know if they want to get to the people, they use something that the people like. They use soccer, right? So, and the quality of soccer is actually, I wouldn't say it's a lot higher than basketball, but the penetration and the awareness of the game is a lot larger than basketball. Correct me if I'm wrong, all right? So this is my understanding. Now, this is the part that comes in. When you have that kind of influence, it's easy for a sponsor to come in because what? You give them an opportunity to reach the people, right? That's all they want. They don't really care for you. They care about reaching the masses. And soccer can do that for them. Politicians can do that for them, right?
Yeah, this is why I told you the government needs to hold them accountable for that.
Accountable,
because they won't do it out of their own. This is why the government needs to structure it. This is why there needs to be law. This is why the government. And also, I'm gonna give you an example. Angola. You know what's #1 sport in Angola?
It's basketball. Yes, it's basketball. Yeah. Now hold on a second. Hold on a second before we get to that. I still haven't asked my question, right? So because soccer has a lot of influence, right? It's easy for sponsors to jump in. Now when you ask the government to hold companies responsible or hold them to sponsoring basketball, which doesn't have the kind of influence and it doesn't give them back what they want, why would they do that? Why would I sponsor something that I'm not getting anything back in return? There is no quality basketball. You said it yourself. We started this conversation. You said that, okay, Mali, the Mali national team only takes about 1 or 2 players in the national team because the quality of basketball is just not great in Mali. So it takes Mali players that play elsewhere. That means the quality is not all that great at home. So why would let's say I'm a sponsor, why would I sponsor teams out there when the quality is not great? All the players are outside.
Let me just say something real quick. Maybe you misunderstood what I said. Okay. I didn't say the level is bad. I say the level is not. They can't compete against level like Tunisia. That's what I mean. It's not that it's bad. It's not as same as teams like Tunisia. And
I get you. So let me take that back. But you do agree that the level is not the same like you guys' level, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what I'm saying. Maybe sponsors look at that. They want you guys' level. Because you guys' level gets sponsored in France, gets sponsored in America, gets sponsored in Turkey. Right? Yeah, that level gets sponsorship.
There are teams here in France, like in National 2, National 3, whatever, they have bunch of sponsor, but team in Mali can beat them by 20-40. It's not about what the sponsors see they can get back. No, it's about what you have around you in that country and help what you have there. Those company, they're making money out of all these young men, all these countries. So they're not supposed to give and expect something back right away.
That's a valid. And that's a valid point. It's a valid point. But here's the thing, right? As a sponsor, okay, I'm just speaking. If I was a sponsor in Mali, I am not going to sponsor one team that's great. I am going to sponsor a team that's not so great, but if the league in general, if the league attracts people, if only one team is great, but the rest of the league is not that great, then that means that league is not great. It's the league that pulls in. And that's why you're saying you could have a team from Mali that would go to France and beat certain teams out there. They put their money in because the league is great. It attracts people.
That's what even say. It's the structure.
Right.
It's the structure. That's what even say. It's not about I want to give this, and that's one of the bad point I really don't like about some guys in Africa, because they want to go put money where they can give some back right away. They don't want to go build something.
Oh, okay.
Let me give you an example.
Okay. I like that point. I like that point.
I'm talking about Mali, right?
Right.
It was 2019 when we played the Afrocan. What I was telling you about that it's only African. You can have 3 guys that play overseas.
Yeah.
Right.
People were saying that you're supposed to play before you get paid. Okay, I understand that. But they forget that you need to be prepared. To be prepared, you gotta put some money to have a good preparation. You gotta put the money in place to put player in a place where they can have a better mindset, better situation, practice well, be ready, eat well, sleep well, so they can be ready for the preparation. Are you with me, right?
100%.
The thing is, if we get back to your point, is people want things to be good so they can come put the money. No, come put first and help the team to build something so you can make something.
Oh, you know, that's a very good point. I love that point. I really love that point, because you know what? I'm going to pose the same question at you. Why are you playing in France for money when you can come back and elevate the level? You, Ibrahim, if you play at home and the next guy plays at home, you will not make money, but in 2 years, the level will go up, then you make money. It's the same question coming back to you.
Let me tell, I'm gonna answer you that one.
Okay.
Because I don't put my investment in.
Okay.
Because I don't put my hours in of work, because I done gone through all this stuff. And now this is a job, you know. And me, I would go, I went home and played in summers. Most of my summers when I was young, I'd play in the league in Cape Verde. Mm-hmm. But then the mentality at home is that they don't want professional players to come back and play. They just want to stick to the amateur team. It's something about the mentality in Africa too. They want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Some teams. This is why they want to feel comfortable. I had at home. We were playing playoffs at home. Gym packed with 4,000 people.
Yeah.
They were charging $5 for people to get in. They were making money off of us. But meanwhile, they didn't want to invest in the league back home so the league can get better. This is why I stopped going to play there. And also because they don't want the professional to go there. Mm-hmm. So it's not just me go there and elevate. I did this. I was going home, try to elevate the level there. I did this. But we can't do nothing as players. We don't have that power to bring this league to the level it needs to be. As a player, the only thing we can do is play. I went there and played and actually showed them that if we have things at home, they like companies out there, they were having like companies put their images there and they wasn't charging for it, you know, because they don't have that structure. Because when they saw like the whole city was talking about the basketball at that time, it was playoffs. People at their jobs was talking about, oh, I can't wait for the game of Wednesday night. It's going to be crazy. Everybody in the town was talking about it. Mm-hmm. But guess what happens after? We judge because we play professional. They don't want us there. And they want to stay amateur. And the league doesn't want to move up, you know. And the thing is that we can't go there and elevate the level. I already done that. They have to structure it to be professional so we can be there. How does these leagues in Europe get better? It's not just the local players. They go and get us from Africa, from America, from other countries in Europe so they can be better. Mm-hmm. But how are they able to do that? Because they got sponsors, because sponsors give money. Sponsors will be like, no, first you got to be good, then you can go search players. No, sponsor gives money so they can go search players.
Yes.
You know? Yes. It doesn't work where first show me if you're good and then give you money.
No, it doesn't work like that.
No, it works that way when you're a basketball player. It works that way where you got to prove yourself so you can get money. Mm-hmm. You know, but it doesn't work the other way around where for you to have a professional league, you got to show that you're professional. You can't be professional and not have money.
Okay,
I don't know if you understand that.
I understand what you're saying, but you know, in all fairness, we do need to look at a couple of things. When you talk of what's happening in the Western world and some of those leagues and some of those sponsors out there, you look at some of those leagues, how they started off, the industry itself, meaning the sporting industry, and then broken down to the different sports and all that. at first they never used to have sponsors. You guys know that, right? Some of the leagues started a long time ago with nothing. If you look at the story of NBA when it started with ABA and CBA, those guys didn't have money at first. They didn't. And players are not getting paid. So they also suffered for a long period of time building the league and creating quality product before sponsors came in. Sponsors did come in once there was quality. But the difference is this: that society as a whole has now evolved to a point where they understand what sports can do for them. And it's at the point that a lot of people have built it to the position where it's at, where I can actually invest in somebody who has potential. Not he's not there, or the team is not there, or the league is not there. I'm investing in potential. That's easy in the Western world, but it's something totally different in Africa. You guys got to understand, they have to be pioneers and they have to build the leagues before.
Visionary.
Right.
You need a visionary.
That's true.
Because you can't, let me tell you something. We can't expect to be like Western world where, you know, they went through all this stuff, because they colonized us. So they handicapped us for a reason. There's a reason why we like this in Africa nowadays, and the whole other worlds are way more advanced than us. Because this country came to us, colonized us, and handicapped us. We were actually better without them. If you understand the history of Africa.
I agree with you 100%.
They actually handicapped our evolution and our development. So now they got to give it back. And we can't go through this process of saying like, no, we need like 50 years to develop this stuff. No, we know the results now. Just like you talked about, just you said it yourself. We know the results of investing in sports and culture.
Right.
We know what it gives back. So we cannot go through this thing of saying no, it needs 50 years to develop. No, we know what has to be done. We know we can see what they do in Europe and stuff like that, or in America. For the leagues, we basically have all the shortcuts, but we decide not to use it.
Okay, and guys, I am not disagreeing with you guys. I'm just posing certain questions so you actually, you know, so you guys actually see the other side of it, or the flip side to it. Ibrahim, I'm gonna ask you this, Ibrahim, right? Yeah. With everything that's happening in Africa, right? You look at a lot of governments out there don't even have enough money for just medicines in the hospitals, right? They can't support citizens with all the necessities that are needed. Why would the government just do a whole lot for sports when a little baby or little kid out there needs medicine and there's not enough medicine? Why should I focus in sports? Why should I focus in basketball?
It's not about focusing on sport or focusing on something else. The government gotta be able to adjust and give what is due where it's due. You know what I'm saying? Right. When a government they putting their budget in place, everybody knows that the budget is gonna be this part for this place, this part is for this place. It's not like if he help the sport, it's like he's taking the money away from the health part. It's not like that. It's a budget. Like I have my budget, I have my schedule. I know that this money I'm gonna give it this way, this money I'm gonna give it this way. But it's not because this night is not working that I'm taking the money from this side to give there. No, it's not like that. Maybe this side need more money than this side. You know what I mean? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean, I understand to a certain degree, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe.
Okay, let me rephrase it.
Okay.
Sport has a budget that the government put in place. The health department has a budget that the government put in place for. It doesn't mean if the health department is not working well, it doesn't mean that the government took the money from the health department to give to the sport. It's not like that. It's just maybe the health department need more money so he can work well.
Okay, I get exactly what you're saying, and that's a very good point. So my next question is this: is there a budget for sports, specifically, let's say basketball in Mali?
Of
really?
course.
Okay.
Of course.
For basketball.
That's what we're gonna reach another point. That point is of corruption, or maybe where people don't use the money the way they supposed to.
Yes.
Some people, they want to be the presidents of this place, of that place, not because they want to help the young man, not because they want to like get their pocket full, their own pocket. Know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the true thing about African sport, or not just sport, every department.
Right.
People want to get that place, the high place, because they want their own family to be good, not because they want to help.
That's a good point, man.
That's because we're handicapped in Africa, bro.
Exactly. That's what you were saying.
Because when we got the independence of this country, they colonized us. They left us with unstructured.
Exactly. We don't know how to structure our stuff. They didn't let us do the things the way we were supposed to doing it. They make us think that they're gonna help us to track their things, but that's not what they did. They did the whole contrary.
That's true, guys. That's true. And I know if we stick to it, we can talk about this the whole day to day. I know there's a lot of things to get into.
Man, listen, if we get into this, man. But just going back to basketball, though.
Right.
Now imagine players like me, like Ibrahim, players that are from other teams playing here in France that are African. There's a lot of African players here in France playing. The majority of NM1 and NM2, bro, they is African players. This is the players that keep these leagues alive here in France.
Yes.
Wow.
Definitely.
You know. Yeah, you don't even know that. I actually do know that. Let me. I'm gonna cut you off, and excuse me for doing that, but I'm gonna drop in a little something. France survives because of Africa.
Yes.
I know.
You don't know that.
And this is...
It's not just basketball.
Come on, bro. Listen. France pays... Listen, let me tell you something. France is giving back money to a lot of countries, which they call this money of rétablissement, money, argent de rétablissement, like pour coloniser les pays francophones. They give the money back because they were colonizers of this country.
Right.
But they just give money back. We don't just need money from these countries that colonize us. You know, we need people who can help us structure the countries.
Yes.
You know, money is not gonna help our problems, all of our problems. We when they left us with greed and wanting power, because we were basically, they took our freedom away, you know.
Yeah, because they knew that the position they was letting us, we run back to them.
Yes, exactly. This is like it's just like just like a rapist. A rapist means somebody who kidnaps somebody and they keep him for a long time. When you release him, he's so emotional attached to the person that kidnapped him that the tendency is to search for that power that power that they had over him.
Yeah.
And it's studied in psychologists. It's an actual thing. Now imagine this country's colonized us for years, centuries. Imagine the effects we got out of it. You know, all the corruption that is in Africa is not because we have it in us. It was instilled on us. How did they came and they controlled us? They control us with power, punishing us. So whenever they left us here, and now we gotta take care of the country. I think his camera cut off. Now we gotta take care of the country. So the first thing we do, we search for power, so we can be in a position of power. But going back to basketball, I think he left.
No, I'm here.
You're here.
I'm listening.
So yeah. So for me, being the basketball, so having all these players in France, other parts of Europe, for me, I don't think that's good. I think we need to find out a way to professionalize basketball in Africa and bring all these players back, because we would gain so much, bro. You don't even know how much we would gain just out of it. It's totally BS that we like my case. I went to Poland. I'm almost like the face of the league in Poland. Where am I from?
Cape Verde.
I'm making these companies money, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm making European companies money. But in Africa, they could be paying me because they have money in Africa. They could be paying me. I could be the face of some company in Africa. But they won't do it.
They won't do it. Yeah.
I get it.
But the one thing is they won't do it, but they can do it for somebody from another country.
Exactly. They can do it for white people.
They can
from Europe.
You see how crazy it is? Like they can give it from somebody like from France, from whatever, but somebody from Cape Verde, they're not gonna do it.
Okay, I would say
Yes,
emancipate yourself
sorry.
from mental slavery, right?
Yeah.
None but ourselves can free our minds.
Let me say you something.
Right.
They will pay somebody from Portugal to come work in Cape Verde, give them house, cars, tickets and stuff like that. They'll pay him 10,000 euros a month. My father has the same qualification.
Maybe better.
Made the company more money than this Portuguese guy. My father was put aside and they brought in a Portuguese person. This Portuguese person couldn't make half what my father made for this company.
Insane.
At home. And we're talking about a company in Cape Verde. And he was making half of what this Portuguese person was making.
Well,
So this is the
basketball wise. Same point basketball wise. This ball thing, when they were playing the qualification and stuff, the qualifier, there was 2 American in a team from Mali. The team is La Police.
Yeah.
That's the team they're gonna be in the ball. And that team, they couldn't pay the same amount of money to players from Mali, but they give it to American who afford something like almost the same than a guy from Mali could give.
So you could have been there.
The same thing that American, they got 2 American. I'm telling you, I don't disrespect them. They're good player, but there are 50 players in Mali that can do the same or better, but they will not get paid the way those Americans got paid.
Well, this is, it's us. It's up to us to do something about that. And that's what we here talking about it, is just educating ourselves. And again, like I said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery, right? None but ourselves can free our minds, right? Bob Marley, he was thinking of something when he said that, when he was singing that, right? Okay, so I would like for us to jump away from that a little bit, because like we said, we could be talking until tomorrow about that. Now, I know we could be talking for a very long time, and I know it'll be a very passionate discussion for a long period of time. Ibrahim, I want to ask you some really tough questions. I love it when people come here, we throw them some really, really tough questions. Aha! Right, I got to start smiling first before I even ask you this. We start off with, please, name the best basketball team, national team in Africa.
Like one team, or you want me to make
one
like
team.
a list?
The best,
One
no.
team.
Yeah, I want the best. We want to know the best.
Right now or the all time?
Yes, sir. Right now. Not
right
all-time
now,
great. Right now.
right now at the moment, I
Yes,
would
sir.
say
Yes.
without
Right
thinking,
now. What time is it there?
thinking, without thinking, I would give it to Nigeria.
You say Nigeria.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair
You
enough.
know, you know why? Why?
Why?
Because Nigeria can give you every window with 6, 7 different players, but they still here. Like they have bunch of players that are really good player that they can like just play the ball, like just play basketball. That's
Okay.
crazy. Like,
I mean, it's your opinion. There's no disputing that. We go in that. Okay, so the second question, another tough question. Name the best African player. Right now. Who is the best player according to you?
the best player.
This is not a lifetime achievement award. This is not, oh, this player has played for 10 years. He's going to so many just the best player today. When you look at everybody, the best player today, because this guy could have been the best in 10 years and has accomplished a lot. So it's a lifetime achievement. But today, not so good. I'm talking about the best player today. When you look at them, you're like, that boy right there, that boy is bad.
That's like you said, it's a really, really tough question.
Yes, I know.
I had a chance to watch a lot of games, even the play that we play against, like the team that we play against or other teams.
You got him sweating, bro.
I'm telling you, that's a good one because a lot of name is coming my mind right now. But
it's okay. I mean, you could just name one. It could be one of the best, and then tomorrow be like, man, it could have been somebody else. But at least you're giving shout outs to one of the best.
If I can give one name, I know he's kind of getting old, but he's still really, really efficient. I would give it to Ike Jogu from Nigeria. People can say he's getting old, but he's still strong, efficient, and he just know how to use his body to play the game the right way, and that's what I can give right now.
Man, shout outs to Ike. We had him here. Ike
Diogo.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll give it to him. He's a tough guy.
Okay, well that's fair. That's fair. And okay, now it is time to wrap it up on the tough questions. Who do you think is going to win AfroBasket 2021?
If there is like no changes in our team, Nigeria are gonna take it.
Okay, okay. Fair enough. It's your opinion, man.
Yeah, because like I see teams. I know the chemistry that Tunisia have, and like other team like South Sudan. South Sudan is like they playing really well as a team. They play tough. They're long and all that. I give them credit, but Nigeria is still the best team right now. I see them with it all.
Okay. And then the last thing is actually the easiest thing. Now, this is not a tough question. Please, this is 30 seconds to 1 minute. Sell your country. Why should we come visit Mali? Why?
Mali is a great place. The food is amazing. Like, food, it's amazing. Like, people are like, how can I say it? They're welcoming. Like they always love to have people from other country. Like it's something enjoyable to see in Mali. Like when you're from another country, we ready to help you to feel at home. Like it's something in us, and it's a country that we're working to get it to another level of the way people see other country like South Africa. We're building the country. We're still in the building process, And other thing I would say, women, man, we have beautiful women's there too. So that's that's one of the thing I'll give it to Mali, to my country. I know everybody will say the same for his country, but I will give that.
Hey, only the women beautiful. You won't sell the men too? Damn, what if some girl wanna go visit your country and be like, yeah, sorry, men are trash.
Come on, even don't sell me like that, bro.
Hey, it's not just women. There's some brothers out there looking for brothers out there.
I know. Wait. Yo, stop that.
What? What?
Man, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go that way.
Hey, you gotta sell both genders, bro.
Right.
Sell the woman.
Yeah, I'll give it to my guys. I have some great guys back home that people will enjoy to be around and have friends. And
now it just sounds crazy. Now it just sounds crazy. Now it just sounds like you pimping them, man. It just sounds weird.
Now you see.
He said, I have some great guys to be around.
Oh my god.
Trying, bro.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Oh, you got me cracking up here, man. Oh my god. All right. Oh my god. God. All right, man. I guess Mali's for everybody. All right.
For everybody, man. For everybody.
All right.
You have free time, you want to go enjoy yourself somewhere? Think about Mali, man.
Okay, good. That sounds good, man. Hey, Elconda, I don't know, man. You take it from there. I don't know I don't know how to take it up another notch from there. I just don't know. The floor is yours.
No, it's all good. Let's end it like that.
Okay, all right. I think we gotta wrap it right there. This is good stuff. We got some really good stuff. Hey. Ibrahim, man, it was a pleasure having you, man. It was a pleasure.
Hey, man.
There's one thing before you go, though. A message to all the players and the fans in Africa for the AfroBaskets. You want to leave them a message or something?
Hey, man, all I can say is all the players are like happy whenever they with the country to represent. It's a great event, you know. I really love that the environment, you know, to be around people that do the same thing that you do. They understand the feeling, they know the feeling. It's a great feeling. I remember in AfroBasket 2015 in Tunisia, where everybody were in the same hotel, and it was great. It was great to see all the players from all different countries, like 16 different countries. It was a great experience. So all I can say, everybody's happy to come and represent the country and a great event, and we all happy to be a part of it.
Cool.
All right, thank you, man.
Oh, one last thing, man. I forgot to ask you. You got a nickname, you know, something like that out there, you know, like.
Nickname really not. It just depends where I am. People call me different ways, you know. When I'm in state, people call me Ibi. When I'm in France, people call me Iba. You know, when I'm back home, people call me Djambo. And like a nickname, my nickname is Air Force One.
Air Force One.
Yeah. Okay, that's my nickname, but it's not called all the time. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna go by Air Force One. That's the one, Air Force One.
That's my nickname, Air Force One. You can see my Facebook is Ibrahim Djambo Air Force One. So
yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
that's strong. That's strong.
Air Force One. I like that.
I didn't know that.
Just before you, why Air Force One?
It's I don't know if you know a guy. He was playing from. He's from Congo, but he was playing from Primeiro d'Agosto in Angola. His name is Piero Mwamba. He played for Primeiro for a long time, and that guy is like the guy that I was looking up to. He's the guy that I was like, I want to be like him. You know what I'm saying? My first idol wasn't an American. Wasn't like, oh, I want to be like
Michael Jordan.
I want to be like Allen Iverson. No, mine was Piero Mwamba, because that guy, if it wasn't just about like opportunity at that time, that guy could play in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? You know, today we have a lot of young players can go to states easily. You know, the door is open now. You have scholarship all over the place, but it wasn't like that back then. You know, so that guy, he didn't have that opportunity, but amazing player, lefty, but he could play like crazy. Like, so that was his nickname. That's what people was calling him. So me liking him took his nickname.
Oh, dope. Okay, cool. Got the story now. All right, man. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. And of course, we would like for you to come back before AfroBasket. Definitely talk about your journey, your story in France, and talk about your journey with your team, Mali. And once you guys, I guess, get beat by Nigeria, would love to have you back. And you can tell us that story.
It was a pleasure, but let me tell you something. We got some big surprise this AfroBasket.
Really?
Don't tell me. Don't
take my word on that.
Don't tell me Amara C and the brothers are coming back to the night.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh, yes.
I'm not saying anything right now, but all I'm saying, we got big surprise this AfroBasket. You better be ready.
Bring them.
All right.
Hey, I'm rooting for them to come back, man. The last time I played against Amara C, it was a great experience.
Yeah, I know. So we got big thing coming on this AfroBasket, man.
Oh yeah, I want to see it.
Dope.
All right, man. It's been a pleasure, bro.
Man, pleasure to be.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.